fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doggo slash Choosing Beggars. We have 8 stories in total for you guys today. The first story is posted by you slash Rain Will Wash Away with the title of Holiday. We're on holiday, we're not daycare. So we have a little cabin in a vacation place by the ocean. It's pretty there and lots of families like to come. We invite friends and their kids to come, for free of course, but we do not rent out our place. So the last summer, all these kids start showing up, wanting to play with our girls' 11 and 13 kid stuff. Okay, new friends and all that, sure. They stayed, played, and ate everything inside. Then this kid, 10-ish, starts showing up every day, doesn't talk except to tell us what food he wants. Grunt, Coke, Grunt, Oreos. My kids don't want him around because he wrecks their stuff and throws stuff at them. Then on day 4, woman we don't know comes by with him and says that she can pick him up at 1 p.m. today and, oh, you should know he can't eat sulfides. Then she starts to walk away. Stunned me. Hi, I'm Rainwill and you are? Choosy Beggar. Oh, we're renting place down the road. Me, and you are? CB. Little Crab's mum. Me, yes, Little Crab doesn't seem to enjoy himself here, and we're going away for the day with kids on our friend's boat, so... CB, okay, great, he can just hang out here at your place. Me, no, we're not going to be here and they're in an ocean right there, this is not safe. CB, look, the person I'm renting from told me that you would be happy to have our kid over. We are paying a lot of money for this vacation and my boyfriend and I are walking down to the local beer fest a few miles away. Me, I barely know the person you're renting from and we're on vacation too with our own kids and we want to do stuff with them. CB moving in threateningly loud, 6'6" plus 5'8" me. Are you saying I don't love my kid? You rich people are all the same. You don't understand what it's like. We deserve time. Me, dude, my dad and I built this place 30 years ago. Nobody was here. The land cost next to nothing. We're not starving and we're very lucky, but rich is one thing we're just not. Your kid is not welcome here anymore and you need to go. Little Crab had sensed that bad was going to happen and run into my cabin to hide from his scary cow butt mother. CB marches into our place only to be met by my wife, like me, not tall and very kind looking, never swears and always avoids confrontation whenever possible, who slams a finger into her chest and tells her with no pauses between words to get the duck out of my ducking house and I have had enough with your ducking kid and the pair of you can duck off. Little Crab runs out, CB runs after him, Little Crab, come back. And we don't ever see them again. Oldest daughter says, alright mom. I am way beyond proud and kiss my wife measly in front of girls. Turns out the lady who rented that place out also owns several others and had mentioned our place as a benefit of renting her places. We had been providing free babysitting for her tenants while she charged them $2,000 a week for a small cabin. The only time I met her was when she came over to tell me I couldn't build a picnic table with a handsaw and a hammer because her renters had paid her good money and shouldn't have listened to all those noise. I don't know where she finds these renters, but they're partying all night and most have free-range kids and big unleashed dogs with no respect for anything. Sweet revenge, the muffler came off of our generator and I built a large woodshed as close to the nearest rental cabin as I could, where I enjoy using my oldest and loudest chainsaw very early in the morning, following any parties that verge on epic. We posted our babysitting rates at the path at our place, no takers, and the kids now get to choose who they spend time with. Some of these renters are actually nice, and those people get free beer and borrow our kayaks and kid toys, but CBs get nothing. For your information, after Little Crab left, I saw the lady who rented our place was cleaning up her place and asked if she had really told those people to send their kids to ours. She said, of course. You're such a nice family, and your kids must be so happy to have all those new friends. She had no shame. No, lady, that's not how it works. I asked for her home address so we could send our bill and have not seen her since. I figure at minimum wage, she owes my kids a few $100, a good part of a few summer and food. My god, the food. Holy crap, 2 choosing beggars in a single story, both entitled and shameless. On to the second story written by u/DaisyLee59. Friend asked me to cover a gig for her, then asked for the money. So a few years back, my friend is going to China for a holiday. She asked me to cover her gig as a DJ at a local pub. No problem. The event is pub owner's son's 21st birthday party, so no pressure for my first ever gig. So I do the party, which lasts 10 bloody hours, and I receive my wages from a happy owner. However, I receive a text from my friend asking me to put £70 behind the bar for me. I only earned £120 for the whole gig, so I refuse, obviously. I tell her I was expecting to keep all of my wages for the evening, but she argues that because I use her equipment, I owe her 70 quid. Okay, fair enough. I leave her £30 for her to pick up. The owner hands me an extra £20 for doing such a good job, and I call it a night. Friend is not happy about the amount I left her, and when she finds out I got extra, she wanted half of that as well. I told her to sod off. We're not really friends anymore, as she would always rope me into her gigs when she was hangover, etc., and didn't pay me a penny for my time or skills as a singer. Yeah, she's no kind of a friend. Sounds more like a selfish user to me. Bye-bye. On to the third story shared by u/funsteak. Why last year's donation to a charitable Christmas collection will be our last ever. Every year around this time, the church at my late mother attended, I'm not particularly religious nor is my wife, chooses a few local families that are in need to sponsors and request donations for. The donators really go all out and provide everything from tree to full Christmas dinner to several gifts for each member of the family. It's really a charming and heartwarming experience to see people coming together to take care of others like this. That being said, since my mother passed away, my wife and I have become a silent partner with this program, and given that we're very comfortable financially, we take responsibility for an entire family and we cover all the expenses for everything. Please do not construe this as bragging, as I did as a memorial to my amazing mother. I miss her every day. Anyway, we have done this for several years now, and every year we have given a family chosen by the minister's wife and an accompanying list of a family member's wish list. We tend to cover the entire list, and we make sure that we even got the brands they request for items or food. We then drop the items off at the church, and they take responsibilities to deliver the items and wrap them for us. Last year, we were assigned a family, the same family we were given the last few years, and the list of rather pricey items that they would like. Oh well, this the season. We purchased everything on the list, but when we were getting ready to drop things off, we were called and notified that the gentleman, brother-in-law of the ministers, that usually takes care of the delivering items was very ill and unable to do it right now. Could we wait until he got better to drop them off? Well, this was 3 days until Christmas. You know what? No problem. We asked for the address of the family and we would drop off the gifts ourselves. Red flag number 1. The minister's wife was very reluctant to give us the address. Red flag number 2. The family lives in a very wealthy area of town. Not saying that people can't be down on their luck in nice neighborhoods, but it's still stuck out as odd. Red flag 3. We get to the home and the people that live there are not an impoverished family in need, they are relatives of the minister. These complete pieces of crap were and have been scamming my wife and I to provide the minister's wife's own family with Christmas present and food. They actually opened the garage for us to be able to put the gifts inside, and it was clear that they were scamming many people. The garage was filled with gifts and clothes. They even bragged that people really came through for them this year as opposed to last year. I lost my crap. I exploded on them. I created the biggest scenes in the neighborhood that has probably ever occurred and made sure to tell every single nosy neighbor exactly what these monsters were doing. I then took my food donations to the local commission and the gift to Toys for Tots. After it got out, the minister's wife is apparently no longer working for the church in any capacity and the minister is being replaced. If OP really wants this to blow up, he should have contacted the authority. This is no joke, this is fraud and is super illegal. It's thousands and thousands of dollars theft throughout several years. On to the fourth story shared by u/double-bubble-hippie99. So, I no longer have friends from home. So about a year ago, I moved 80 miles from my old time to live with my boyfriend and get off the ground with professionally tattooing. College town is good for business. Since I posted I started tattooing, many Facebook friends have asked me to tattoo them for free since I'm new and I'm expected to come to them. Even my best friends have commented asking if they get the family discount of free since they supported my dream by ignoring my messages about hanging out when I come down to visit over the last year. When I tell people the price is size plus $2 by ink cap, they go, "Oh, I thought it was free," and I lose a sale. However, my boyfriend's friends are completely different. "Hey, let me know when you want to tattoo me. I have so many ideas that fit your style and I'll pay you whatever. I'm so excited, this is so cool." Now that's what I call supporting my dream. Well, now OP knew who her real friends are, and her boyfriend's friends surely a keeper. On to the fifth story shared by u/AlexPearson17. My girlfriend's CB cousin strikes again. I posted a story about 2 weeks ago about my girlfriend's cousin CB getting upset because we refused to pay for a plane ticket and accommodations on an anniversary trip. Well, in the space of 2 weeks, everything was relatively quiet until last night. Yesterday, I came home from work extremely late, but had a few of my buddies ask if I was up to play some video games with them. Yes, grown men still play video games, haha lol. It was around 1:30 AM when I decided to call it quits and head to bed. I get into bed with my girlfriend for about 10 minutes when I hear the front door being pounded on. I'm wondering who the duck is banging on my door at this hour of the late night, and naturally, I'm very irritated. My girlfriend gets up and goes to answer the door, and to her surprise, there was her cousin in all her glory standing in a doorway. My girlfriend calls me to come downstairs and I was very unwillingly get myself out of bed to see what's happening. I go downstairs and see CB and immediately ask what the duck she's doing at my house at this time of the night, and I reminded her that since our previous incident, she was to never come back around here. She mopes and groans about how she needs a place to stay because she got kicked out of her own apartment. She was behind on rent. Now, I'm completely aware that CB sees my girlfriend and me as easy targets and when she needs money or any odd favor, but I wasn't really having it that night. I wanted her out of my house immediately. I told her straight up that she's not welcome here and she needs to take whatever she has and leave us right now. This is where stuff gets heated. CB refuses to leave and I threaten to call the cops. She shouts at me and says, "You aren't even a part of my family. Your girlfriend hasn't even said that I can't stay." We both look at my girlfriend who says, "It's his house. If he doesn't want you here, you can't stay here." The look of shock on CB's face was priceless. "How could my cousin not offer me a place to stay?" My girlfriend responds by saying, "How could my cousin only show up at my home when she needs something? I want you out of here now." CB still refuses to leave and starts shouting at us that we owe her this favor because we didn't want to help her to go see Asia. I'm furious at this point, but my girlfriend tells me to go upstairs and get some sleep because she will handle it. Now, my girlfriend is very short and cute and normally extremely nice, not the type of girl you'd expect to have a temper, but when she's upset, you'd really hope that you're nowhere near her. I didn't leave, but I stopped talking. And I watched my girlfriend completely murder her cousin with words. Every past bad deed or wrongdoing that CB has ever done to her came bursting out, and no one could shut her up. After this onslaught, CB started crying, and my girlfriend looked at her dead in the eyes and said, This is the last time we will ever speak. CB took her stuff and walked out of our home, and I witnesses my girlfriend turned into a badass. Well, finally, someone who stood up against the choosing beggar and straight up beat the crap out of them with words. On to the 6th story shared by Stephen King 247, Preventing a Choosing Beggar. Today, I taught my 8-year-old son about how not to be a choosing beggar. Today, after his soccer game, we stopped at McDonald's for a bite to eat, we placed our order, and then we got our drinks. My wife and my son went to sit down, and while I waited for the food. When they called my number, they forgot my son's food and my wife's grab. Do I politely show them the receipt and mention that there was some missing items? The manager overheard and told me to have a seat and will bring them over when ready. When he finally did and left, and I realized that he still forgot my son's favorite chocolate chip cookie. So I went back to the counter to ask for the cookie. The manager handed me a bag of cookies and told me he threw some extra in there for the trouble. I get back to the table and my son looked at the cookies and said, "Daddy, 2 of these are sugar cookies and only 1 of them is chocolate chip. And I don't like sugar cookies. Can you ask them for different ones?" So this is where I explained to him, son is 8 years old by the way, if someone gives you extra stuff for free because they made an error, you don't go back and ask for something different because you don't like it, you just accept it and say thank you. Wow, a CB story preventing one from emerging. Refreshing, I like it. Great parenting's rocks. On to the 7th story shared by Brankin. A dog-owning choosy beggar gets told off. So I work at a small, independently owned outwear store. The owner of said store is a dog owner, and we actually have store dog. Anyways, one generous thing that we do is always have a jar of dog biscuits to offer any dog-owning customers as a little extra treat. It's always cute to offer dogs some biscuits and everyone is usually happy. Then there's Karen. She comes in frequently, doesn't buy anything, and always wait for us to offer her a dog biscuits. Once she gets the set biscuits, she leaves the store. On busy days, she sits at the footwear sections and waits until one of us is free enough to get her the dog biscuits. I think this is total BS, but we playing along with her game for the time being. That is, until a particularly busy day. As usual, Karen was sitting at the footwear sections waiting for her dog biscuits. After 10 minutes of waiting, she starts tapping her foot, huffing and puffing, while staring at any employee who walks by her. After another 10 minutes of this, we were really swamped that day. She barks out to my coworkers, "My dog is getting pretty hungry and I'm starting to get pissed." My coworker, who is normally a very calm guy, was not having any of it. He argued back. "Yeah, well I'm getting pretty pissed because we're busy. You always get free dog biscuits and you never buy a single thing here, so no more biscuits for you." Visibly shocked, Karen stormed out of the store and so far hasn't returned. Serves her right. Well, indeed, justice was served. On to the final story shared by Daro Gasarik. "I don't want your used crap. Where's the good stuff? I live in the bum-duck middle of nowhere. My mom called and said the church down the street was having a yard sale and we should check it out. Turns out it was not a yard sale, everything was free. I asked if they were at least requiring a donation and they said since the town is really low income, they just want to give away free stuff and help out. Neat. They had beautiful dishes, tea sets, toys, books, lots of clothes, etc. This was its second day, so a lot of stuff was already gone. I got 2 cookbooks, a brand new curling iron, some toys my daughter picked out, a shirt, and a cardigan. I told them I would be back soon with some cash. I go to the gas station, pull out some cash, and go back to the church. There's a chick screaming at 2 old ladies holding a giveaway. "Where's your good stuff? I don't ducking need used clothes." The old women were trying to say they were just trying to give back to the community by giving away donation they had received. "You're just trying to push used crap on me. I know you have stuff in that bag." I really had to say something and ask if there was a problem. Did I really have to call the cops because someone was harassing the church because their free stuff wasn't to their standards? They left in a huff, and I felt really bad for the 2 women. Who know what kinds of people they had dealt with the past couple of days? Well, that's one entitled CB for sure. free stuff wasn't even good enough for her, and she screamed, abused people trying to do something nice. Absolutely disgusting. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. If you enjoy our content and want to see more of us, stay tuned and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button and ring the bell, or Doggo will cry. Also, you can always tell us, your friendly neighbor Doggo, your experiences in the comment section. I'll catch up with you guys later in the next video.